I'd like to take a few minutes and talk about filtering in Kumu. Filtering is a lot like using the search, only it has a more of a level of permanence to it. You can do filtering with the filter command down here on the bottom, which opens this window that you can work with, or you can do filtering from a perspective, which means you actually build the filter you define into that perspective. So at the moment, let's go ahead and use this filter. It allows you to select the elements that you want to see or don't want to see based upon the typing of the elements of the connections, so that if I tell it that I don't want intermediate and advanced, you notice that they're disappearing from the screen behind me. In addition to selecting based upon the type, there are more options. So I can say, I said I wanted to see the intermediate ones, but I could also say that I want to include label equals. So I want to include that one item on perspective. Use the selector. Notice that advanced item showed up. You can also specify things that you want to ignore, so that I could say that I specifically want to ignore um, um, tags and types, so that one will now disappear. And when I look at it, I'm seeing just those elements that the filtering hasn't eliminated. Now when I go and look at the perspective and look at it from the advanced, notice that this portion has been added to the perspective, so that whether you defined filtering in the perspective itself or using the filter tool, what it does is write a selection command into the current perspective, and it is there until such time as you actually override it or delete it. You could delete it by selecting it right here and just doing a delete, or you could simply modify part of it and say that, well, I don't want to include this. Notice that now the advanced piece is gone, and it has updated the selection so that it's this set of elements from this map that are currently visible. And while looking at this particular map, selection or filtering probably isn't nearly as meaningful as it would be if you were working on a map that looked like this one, that has a lot more elements on it that you might want to find some cross section of. So here you could say I only want to see the multiple and the needs items. It would then go ahead and take all the rest of them away to provide you with the service, provides you with a much smaller cross section of this map, because it's a certain set of items that are of interest. So as I said, it works a lot like the search capability, though it has a degree of permanence to it, because the filter that you define ends up modifying the current perspective that's being used to decorate the map that you're looking at. And the best way to get a real sense of this is to play around with it and get a sense of the feel for actually selecting various aspects of the map that you want to look at. So hope this has been informative, and I'll see you in the next video.